We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Fucking thing sucks.
Hello. Back at it with peasantry with poor people. Love to be back with poor people that don't even like your show. I love broadcasting to people that hate you and really just generally want you to die. So yeah, how you guys doing? Nice to be back with you again. I had to update the drivers on OBS Studio and it ended up working out really nicely. Google is such a great thing. Like, I'm blown away that people don't figure things out just by Googling stuff. How do you fix this? Google the shit. I'm telling you, I am a dumbass, okay? And I am able to stream, pop out chat, this, that, make more money than I make on my regular job on YouTube. And I simply Google shit, and it's really not that difficult. So anyone that has an issue doing anything ever and they don't use, a fucking internet, the palm of your hands, I can't talk to you. And that's 99% of tuning customers. Today, we're going to talk about the EPA hitting motherfuckers again. That's right. 2 more diesel shops as of last week were hit, levying over, millions of dollars of fines. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about things that we came up with or found out during the time I was up at Lund Racing. I was up at Lund Racing HQ from Wednesday to Friday. Came back Saturday. Was able to generally get a better sense of what's going on because, we see what Nardi deals with. We see what Junior, Dakota, and Brandon deal with. Got caught up with the Black Bean, the Gray Goose, and the Blue Goose with Senior. Got caught up with a bunch of stuff, PCM Tech. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, specifically more so the EPA stuff, because we saw that Antron Brown went up there and love him. Great guy, great racer. Awful representative for the RPM Act, and we've known for a very long time that SEMA fucking sucks, PRI fucking sucks, and they'd rather put Richard Petty and Antron Brown up there to represent the racing community, not a small business that was hit up directly by the EPA, and talk about how they enforced the Clean Air Act. We got a drag racer that literally knows nothing about the street and the tuning game and OEM tuning, knows zero. And that's the guy great guy, probably has a great family, nice guy. Terrible representative of what the racers are actually facing out there. Let's say hi to the people here. We'll get after it and we'll talk some shit to the peasants. As always, we are sponsored. Let me get the sponsor thing. Yeah. Here we go. We got the sponsors coming at you. We got 2 Auto Solutions, Caliber Transmissions, Don't My God Cookies. By the way, Don't My God Cookies sent 11 cookies to Lund Racing. Badass shit. It was awesome. And we got the Parts Farm with the best logo ever in history. So 2 Auto Solutions, the Parts Farm, Caliber Transmissions. Thank you guys for being part of the show, allowing me to make a little extra money on the side, and you guys have your logos on the show all the time. So anytime this show is on, your logos are on and popping. And believe it or not, if you guys pay for reach, pay for advertising, I guarantee shows like this that are shown all the time, your brand will be synonymous with this show, and I think it's highly beneficial. So if you want to become a sponsor, hit a brother up. And if I like you, I'm not just going to take your money because you give me money. If you're a tuning company that I don't like, I ain't going to fucking rep you. Fuck you. Keep your money. So we got I'm Hung So Low, Josh Roy, Rich 5-0 in the house, Sam S550, Melissa, the pretty lady with the cookies, 5.0, Twin Force Fusion, SK Productions, Jose, Lamoy, Norman, Jared Wells, Douche Did It, John, Dustin 10R. Dustin 10R put something up that Kyle Loftus put up, and I thought it was, no, that was Valley 10 speed. Was it Dustin or Valley 10 speed? I confused both of you. Comparing 0 to 60 times in a Tesla versus another car is like cooking a burger cooking a burger on a grill versus a microwave. I'm like, that is the dumbest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life. This is why the racing community is generally retarded. 0 to 60 times is 0 to 60 times, period. Doesn't matter how you cook it. It achieves the same result. A microwave meal and a char-broiled burger on a grill does not achieve the same result. 0 to 60 achieves the same result. 0 to 60. It's not. Flame broiled burger is slower than microwave burger. Oh, Alex, yeah, it is because you can make it faster in the microwave. Oh my God, you're retarded. Stop talking. Stop talking. Clean 93 GT, Wisco Racing, M&M, John Shoemaker, EPA, Beetlejuice, and of course, we have him back. That's right. He is now an electrician, custom car builder, the best intake maker south of the Mississippi. Teruviate Racing is back in the house. Nice to have him back. He replaced E-Rock with his bullshit. Nice to have. Teruviate Racing. Hey, how you guys doing? I ended up rewiring my whole house and oh wait. Oh, I love it. The Ford Goat, exactly. John Shoemaker, Eliza S50, Isaiah Davalas, Cluster BM, Noah SVT, JD Swag, Mike Jones, TJ Sikorsky, Chris Wallace, Agent Orange, Blake Bailey, 6-Speed Racing, Isaiah Davila. Let's go all the way to the bottom. TJ Sikorsky, Ian Martha. He's like taking selfies at the gym. Stop it. Coyote murdered you. First Mastelle. Ashton 500 and Chapa Jameer and Teruviate Racing. Hey, I want to know what happened to Pecker, huh? Okay. So you gotta love how much. You have no idea how much prep goes on this show in the background. Let's talk about it. Let's go. Million fine for defeat devices. One of the dumbest titles you've ever seen ever is defeat device. We can beat the EPA based on those two words, and I'll talk about it. 2 Michigan-based diesel tuning companies have just been hit with $10 million worth of civil penalties for their role in manufacture, sale, and distribution of diesel emissions defeat devices. Manufacture, sale, and distribution. One more time, guys. Manufacture, sale, and distribution. So I have so many questions about that. According to a report of the Oakland Press, Diesel Ops LLC and Orion Diesel LLC were found in violation of the Clean Air Act for their involvement with said diesel emissions defeat devices August 29th, related to violations first discovered in December 2021. The online court document shows that the EPA first reached out to Diesel Ops about its noncompliance back in 2013, highlighting the extent of the company's misbehavior. Both companies, owned by one, I'm not going to name his name, also faces $455,000 civil penalty for his failure to respond to EPA's initial information request related to the business. In fact, the court documents uploaded by the EPA even claimed that the Diesel Ops specifically engaged the online fire sale. After receiving the request, the EPA ordered to liquidate their stock. The shop would also sell packages including both necessary hardware and remove emission systems, and as well as software to tune that allowed the trucks to make use of that free breathing setup. Now, we all know that diesel trucks are special in terms of deleting anything. If you take a truck and you delete the emissions or the particulate filter, the DPF, the truck will not run with the stock programming. The truck simply will not run, okay? It will fail safe. It will throw fault codes. It will say, where's the DPF? Sensors aren't connected. Something's up. We're not going to run properly. Remember that, gentlemen. Remember that, EPA, Bethany, and everyone else who's fucking watching. Remember that. If a Chevy truck, a Ford truck, a Dodge truck with a DPF equipped gets deleted, it will run badly. Remember that, and I'll keep going. Okay, so back at it. An additional judgment against just under $1 million was also entered against the shop owner relating to federal debt collection. Anyway, he owed money, He continued to ignore the EPA's information requests in order to prevent any further harm or illegal behavior. The judge in this case also issued a permanent injunction against the person both of his companies, which prevents any future sales of defeat devices. I'm going to go in on defeat devices. Okay, so basically, diesel shop got hit, owned by the same guy, and shit went down. So let's talk about the term defeat devices. Nothing on the gas side of things can allow you to pass emissions without emissions equipment installed. I repeat, and this is what Antron Brown, I think, did not have, is this specific information. If a customer deletes the catalytic converters off his vehicle, and even if a tuner shuts off the light for the missing emissions equipment, when he goes to get inspected, he will fail. It will say not ready, not supported, something. He will fail. The IM monitors will not set, but the car will run fine. And who do you have to thank for that? The manufacturer of the gas vehicle. Now I'm talking about Ford. Where's my guy? Yeah.
Take that, Elon Musk.
When a Mustang shows up to any shop with Ford OEM calibration, I can remove all the shit and it will run fine. It'll have check engine lights for cats, evap, what. I can remove the evap, I can remove the cats, I can remove purge canister, I can remove everything. And the lights will be on. But how will the car run? Fine. So if a customer, the end user, the ones that the EPA don't want to go after, deletes their cats, deletes their evap, deletes any emissions components, no tuner can make it so that it legally passes inspection. The monitors won't set because the rear O2s aren't connected or are shut off in the tune. And the time that the moment the inspection station in California, Massachusetts, anywhere plugs in, it's going to go, it ain't completing all of the proper tests. If a state allows 3 or 4 monitors to not be ready and still pass inspection, you got to talk to the state about that. You can't talk to the end user. He's just working within the system. So again, defeat device is dumb. The term defeat device is dumb because theoretically, on the gas side of things, because I don't know shit about diesel, you cannot defeat emissions, like make it pass, unless the state has a flawed test. There is nothing that you can make that when you plug in the OBD2 port, like Volkswagen did, it automatically on its own, like a switch, changes the programming and makes it all of a sudden emissions compliant with all of its emissions equipment missing. Plain and simple. So defeat device on its own, on its face, is a dumb term, and you can say, look, you just get rid of the term defeat device. We are programming the vehicle for optimum performance. That's it. We're programming the vehicle that was ordered to us for optimum performance. We don't sell hardware that says, by the way, what is hardware allowing for you to remove emissions components? Tools. A 14 millimeter, a 10 millimeter, a 16 millimeter, or 18 millimeter socket, wrenches. Technically, that's a defeat device, isn't it? Are you going to outlaw screwdrivers? Are you going to outlaw tools? That's defeating. Because if you're going to take away the ability of the person to, you're not going to take welders away. Let's say, for instance, you tell all the manufacturers on the planet to say, okay, you guys can't sell catless headers. Okay, so some guy's going to buy the header and make his own pipe. So who is at fault there? The welding company? The electricity providing the welder? Oh, you can't blame the electricity. Or the person. It's the person. Personal responsibility. The EPA does not want to go after individuals because it's a bad look. So they'd rather go after the companies that have money. And isn't it funny that if you have money, you can do whatever the fuck you want? Isn't it hilarious how you can spew a bunch of shit into the atmosphere if you're willing to pay a tax? Spare me with the saving the planet bullshit. You're full of fucking shit. Every single one of you motherfuckers that are pro this shit are full of shit because you'll look the other way as long as motherfuckers pay a fine. Fuck you, okay? Stop with the bullshit. I love that people are out there being all high and mighty. I saw the thing with the EPA guy. He is such a cuck ass bitch, deep throating fucking homo. You're a dumbass. He kept saying the same shit. Defeat devices. And it's not just the diesel guys. Defeat devices. The manufacturer has to make it, Ford, Chevy, Dodge, that if you touch or look at an O2 the wrong way, car don't run. car don't run. So if a gentleman wants to get into racing and buys because Clean Air Act was from the 70s. So let's say you buy a Fox body. Yeah, that literally is an emissions equipped vehicle. You're telling me the EPA is going to go after a guy that wants to join an X275 class, deletes everything, puts Motec on it, puts Fuel Tech on it, puts Holly on it. He has defeated emissions because he's made a VIND car, a race car, and he's subject to fines and penalties? Or the people that sell the turbo kits, the motor plate, like because you're deleting emissions, so you're literally reconfiguring the car to something that it wasn't. Stop it. If they're saying that we're defeating emissions in terms of tuners, we are not. We are simply making the car run fine, regardless of what the customer does to his car. But they want to go after the companies that have money and fine them. They'll say, you violated the Clean Air Act. Give us $2 million. Fuck you. How about we find a solution? How about you say, hey, Ford, Dodge, Chevy, can you make your brand new cars not run at all if you delete emissions components? Sure thing, EPA, we'll do it. Okay, and then we institute a brand new rule that since that time that they made manufacturers make their cars not run properly when you delete emissions, from then forward, will you be able to say, okay, them motherfuckers made something special to make the car run again? I'm not on the diesel side of things. And apparently the EPA has a stick up its ass about diesel. Why is that? Real simple, guys. It's really simple. The optics. I'm looking right at you, diesel cocksucker that likes to roll coal. There is nothing better for the EPA argument than you rolling coal like a fucking cuck-ass bitch with your little dick having ass. It's real simple. If you want your diesel to perform well, I'm sure it can perform well without rolling coal. I have no issue with diesels that want to get after it, make good power, get better fuel mileage. Let's be honest, if you tune those things, they get way better fuel mileage and they tow phenomenally. But when you on purpose make it roll coal for yee bullshit, so you can wear your pit vipers, your fucking Mountain Dew hat, and your mullet, and you think that shit's cool, that's what they love. They love motherfuckers like you because they can point to you and go, see, that's the automotive racing industry. No, it's not. That's that guy. In my opinion, the EPA should go after the individual. How's that? Personal responsibility. You want to tune your car? You want to modify your car to be a race car? If you take race car parts and put them on the street, you should be liable. But they won't do that because it's a bad look. Oh my God, they went after some kid who works at Dunkin' Donuts and wanted to just mod his car with a fart can. Oh my God, the EPA sucks. Oh my God, the EPA went after a company that's defeating emissions? Let's get them. Whoa. How are they defeating emissions? The car won't pass inspection if you take all these race car parts and put them in. It will not set any monitors. How are they defeating emissions? Well, you're making the car run well with those parts. That's the manufacturer's fault because the Ford can run fine with catless headers, evap deleted, the whole 9 yards. So we'll talk about it. And we'll take your peasant bullshit chats and then we'll go from there. As always, like the fucking show. There's 300 people on, 148 likes. I need that shit to be 100%. I love you guys. This channel is small, but influential as shit. Tell me different. Tell me that this channel isn't probably one of the most influential channels on the Ford side of things. Like the fact that I do this.
Take that, Elon Musk.
I know for a fact someone is watching that and hating my guts because of that. Also, Ford said, finally, no all-wheel drive hybrid Mustang. Great job, dickheads. Great job. I quit new Ford. I still support old Ford. 20 and under, I support 100%. New Ford can suck my fat fucking dick. They can suck it all day fucking long. My hobby is turning bolts in cars. Want me to stop touching them? Stop putting them on there. The biggest defeat device in the car industry is a Sawzall. Right. Coming a little late, but dropping the first thing. Black smoke. Exactly. Thank you, Netju. Let's roll coal 6 years to the floor. Incoming raw fuel. The EPA sucks. I hate rolling coal, but I would let them rip it right up their front offices so they can't see paper. Yeah, that'll show them. Are you psycho? See, this is why the automotive community is full of retards. we're going to show the EPA by rolling coal in front of their office. You don't think that'll actually insanely fast forward every shit they want to do? Guys, you're not going to win. You're not going to revert back. If you're one of these mouth breathers drinking Mountain Dew right now, and if you woke up and you already had Mountain Dew, or you already had, I don't know, some kind of chew or a cigarette. If you woke up today, it's 9:51 here in the East Coast. If you already woke up today and had a cigarette, I'm talking right to you right now. We're not going back to the Fox body days. It's over. Okay? We're not going to all of a sudden get rid of the EPA. And the EPA is not going to all of a sudden go, you know what? Everything we did, all those millions of dollars, all those people we jailed, my bad. We're going to go back to the good old days, regardless of who's president. It's not happening. Not happening. So stop it. Okay? Stop saying, let's roll coal in their office to show them. This is why a caravan, some kind of stupid, let's make a run on the Capitol with all our cars would become a sideshow. Imagine you, let's organize anti-EPA things and we're going to go right to their office and show them that we are really, and sideshows pop up, drag races pop up, meets pop up, rolling coal shit, girls with their tits up, mud pits just show up. I'm like, EPA goes, thank you for showing up to our offices and showing everyone how retarded you are. Take that, EPA. Right.
Take that, Elon Musk.
Take that, EPA. Smoke in your windows. Oh, thank you for bringing the problem right to our office so everyone can see the issue. They have a self-test kiosk for emissions in Maryland. The code red is catted. Who would roll coal at the cookie headquarters anyway? Cookie. That's very good. Hey, now, I have to wake up at 4 o'clock for work this morning, 8:50 in Oklahoma, only 20 more hours to go. I needed that Mountain Dew. Would be January 6th with big tires. January 6th. Imagine what would happen if we stupidly said, let's get everybody together and drive to the Capitol and show everyone our solidarity with the automotive and racing community. The Hellcat community alone will put us all in jail. Actually, man, that might help. See, the way politics are, they really don't go after the African American community. So we need a bunch of sideshow guys to get in there and be like, yo, man, we want to do this shit. Leave us alone. We just want to slide. You know what? I think we're going to leave them alone. They're fine. Man, you know, boy, we could use that to our advantage. This is what it's going to sound. The only way to make the EPA stop is if we make a run on the Capitol and it is all Hellcats and Trackhawks. And this is what the EPA will hear outside of their shit. What's all that rap music outside? I think they're they're coming to show support for their brethren. Oh my Lord. It's like you said a while ago, swap out to Richard Petty for Lil Durk. I'm telling you, Lil Durk has to be, by the way, they sold O-Block, so that, I mean, so what's going to happen? If everyone shows up and has peaceful protest at the fucking Capitol. They got Timmy on the turn up in the blast off. Could you imagine?
I ain't got no motherfucker. So I fucked your bitch, you fat motherfucker.
Hey man, let's go to the Capitol. Now let's go. We gotta. These things don't slide unless you put a pulley on them. You gotta let them slide, man. No man.
I like to fuck him in the ass while he beat up the pussy.
Hey man, this Trackhawk need a tune so we can go ahead and do some. We slide. So hey man, oh no, the EPA is preventing you from doing that. What? Man, I got to get pookie and get up out the hood. Well, you can't do that with the stock horsepower and the stock torque limiting. So he needs to be tuned, but the EPA is preventing that. Ah, hell no. I'm finna slide up in the Capitol. Do you know what I am saying? Stop. Fuck. Hey, thanks. Yeah, so the videos at Lund Racing headquarters, a lot of people had a lot of positive things to say about that because it's funny you said that. Small D syndrome. Some guy told me a girl at work, guys with muscle cars have small dicks, knowing that her man has a Mustang. That's funny. Dakota's boss is a perfect car. Enjoy the video. Capital Don Graces. Yeah, we could talk about slide jobs and all bullshit, and I can get off a kilter for a half hour, but then, whatever. So the videos that I put up from Lund Racing headquarters were interesting. A lot of people like seeing the background of what happens and what goes on in making a car go fast. And I really wanted to get the Grey Goose on there for simple, guys. When you're looking at cars that run a number and hook, you don't know half of the shit that's going on with that car. So a lot of people piggyback off of the hard work that people like Blacklist and all those other chassis companies, TIG Vision and stuff do. They'll say, they'll shove a set of shocks in there, right? And say, look at this thing cut a 1.0 because of the shocks. And you get underneath the car and it has what the Grey Goose has, a wishbone triangulated setup with infinite adjustments, $2,000 shocks, $5,000  9-inch rear, $2,000 third member, 15 by 13 wheels, double bead lock, this and this and this and this and that. So I thought this is a good opportunity to show people what it takes to get down, right? What it takes to get down. Because I have yet to see anybody explain in detail like Senior does, because Senior is insanely detail oriented. What the theory, application, and the amount of work that goes into making a car like that hook. So a lot of people need to see that because they're given half the story, because half of you guys live on Instagram Reels, YouTube Shorts, and Facebook just stories, right? That's all you do. You don't actually sit there and go, what does it take to make a car cut a 1.0 60 foot? How much power do you need to run a 6 something in the quarter mile? What does it look like? And then when I showed you, people go, holy shit, there's a lot of work on this car. Yep, a shitload of work, okay? We're talking hundreds of thousands of dollars cumulatively. So I thought Senior did a killer job explaining the work that they did to the Grey Goose. When we got it up in the air, he did a great job explaining the theory and application of separation a little bit, but again, not in super, super duper detail. And then we showed you a little bit of what's going on with the Blue Goose. That'll be the next car that, again, we're looking to run 6s in the Blue Goose. I think the Blue Goose is going to be a solid 740, 730 car, and eventually it's going to have to go solid rear axle also, because it's just, to make an IRS get down like that, you're going to have to go through a lot of growing pains, and a lot of those are probably wheelies, and we're not looking to do that anymore. Plain and simple. Put the link here. Okay, I know Senior knows ZR1s. He could have flashed it there. Guys, I already have a tune. We're already done. We already tuned it. Me and him sat at night at his house. He was having an old fashioned. We looked through the file, and there isn't a bunch to be gained, interestingly, with the tune. All you could really do is move the high octane table to the low octane table and make sure you run 93 or plus octane. There's a lot of torque limiting factors. The ZR1 literally has torque per RPM allowed. So I think the bypass on the supercharger, in the supercharger section, there's a table that references torque output or allowable torque output to RPM. And we just moved those all out of the way. We moved all of the torque management stuff out of the way. There's also tables that allow you to hold the traction control button down and totally disable everything, because right now when I do that, there's still torque limiting at the supercharger via the bypass. So basically what we did is remove those out of the way. Okay, and we're going to do 60 to 130 with that. It already went an 8.0 or a 7.9, 60 to 130. So any improvement on that tuned will be what we're going to do. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to get 260 GT, just like I did last time. Come back, do a 60 to 130 with the attack filter on. and see if we can gain anything past that. And that's basically going to be what the car can do with a tune. Then after that, we're going to get like a Lingenfelter pulley. It's either a 2.6 or 2.55, whichever. I already have the solid coupler behind, I already have the solid coupler in the snout for the pulley, and I already have intercooler brakes from Kong. So that's already done. So, but you still have to remove the blower to press off and on the new pulley. It sucks. So I'll have to pretty much do a lot of work to get that done, but it'll be tune 60 to 130, pulley and tune 60 to 130. But I have to get a wideband once I get the pulley. I got a ZT2 set up. I'm going to plug it in, wire it in. I got to see air fuel. I can't just go off of whatever. But for the tune, that all I did was remove torque reduction and stuff, no added airflow. We'll see what that gains, and we'll be seeing that pretty soon. Chassis and suspension will make the car go fast and consistent more than horsepower. JD Swag, Ben Gillay's talking to JD Swag. Well, we put the link in the chat, bro. JD Swag, I'm sure at this point there's millions of them. I don't know what he's talking about. Listen to Senior talk about the cars. Felt like listening to Mr. Miyagi. Dang, we didn't even get to run yet, and you're modding. Ian, you're out there selling cars. You got super scared that I was going to gap the Camaro, right? You're out there fishing, and I'm like, whatever. So then you bought a Z06 Corvette. I will gap that fucking shit too. No problem. I don't know about stock, though. I think tuned, I'm not going to wait around for you. So what I'm going to do is, it already went 80, 60 to 130, which isn't fast. Then we're going to see if we can go into the 7. Again, guys, this is in the heat. Okay, I am not in Maryland. I am not in Pennsylvania. I am not in Jersey where it's 65, 55 degrees and these cars make another 30 horsepower. I am in Florida where it's over 90 degrees all the way till about November. So that's where we're going to run it. And then the colder it gets, the better it runs, plain and simple. But it's going to be tune next. The next video you'll see on that car is with a tune, 60 to 130, then pulley, 60 to 130. And at that point, I think I'm going to need tires. I think I'm going to need tires before the 60 to 130 on the pulley. Because if removing the torque reduction blazes tire right, as it is now, I'm going to have to get tires before I put the pulley on. Into center anti-squat, understanding bar angles and pinion angles is what all solid axle car owners should understand. I understand, but you got to understand, people think that okay, Mustang guys in particular, maybe Camaro guys are the same way. I have no idea. I don't care. What they all do is the same shit. They say, what parts do I need to buy? I'm just going to bolt them on and it's just going to work. And that's not how it works. Now, there are companies out there that are selling you a whole bunch of bullshit. But then when you understand what needs to happen to make those things hook, you're going to go, oh my God, I am 5,000 deep in parts and the car still doesn't hook any better than it did with stock stuff. And then when you find out that what they're selling you needs a lot of support, and then you talk to a completely different person and they go, no, you got to set it up completely opposite of what they're telling you. And it works. It fucks up your head. Because then you go, wait, what did I just spend $5,000 on? I spent $5,000 on parts that I could have bought anywhere else. I thought because I was buying them from this company or that company, I was able to get better support. And then when you go to the track, the actual track, and you see somebody hook, whether it's with an IRS or a solid rear axle, 3-link or triangulated 4-link, whatever, you're then going to go, oh, nothing that I was taught by the person selling me this shit was actually applicable. Like, I started seeing weights on cars. Like, okay, how many times have you, and again, it's not the tuners, it's not up to the tuners to make your car hook. 9 times out of 10, it's up to you. Here's all the sauce. Hey, can you take some power out of it? It makes 800. Bro, this isn't an 1100 horsepower monster. 800 should hook with a 305 45 17 or a 275 60 15. I should not have to ramp in timing on an 800 rear wheel horsepower setup. That is just ridiculous. Set your car up. Get the suspension right. Throw a sandbag in the trunk. Start working. No, what people do is the same fucking shit all the time. They go, hey, take some timing out on the hit. Shut the fuck up. What's your suspension setup? This. Work on that. You got stock springs. You got stock shocks. You got stock this. Well, I think if you take some timing on it's 800 horse. It's not a fucking grudge car, regardless of what the NA guy might think. An 800 horse car and you're grudge racing? Yeah, you're already losing. You're already losing. Stop it. Yeah, that's what 90% of the modern car owners think, right? Bolt on the parts and it should work. Like I saw for the first time, after I get my rear wheels, the tires, let's get it. Okay. What I saw at the track is physical weights. Weights. Here. Have you seen what the no prep guys do? They take their parachute mount, put two 45-pound plates all the way at the back. Why do you think they do that? Do you think they're What do you think they do that? Why does a no prep guy have a ton of extension on his front shocks, struts? Why does he have a ton of extension on it? Why does he have weights in the back? And you're there sitting, Alex, give me less timing on the hit. Man, shut up. Right, the hater weight, exactly. Camaro guys are the same way. Just kiss the homies goodnight, right? Hater bar. Good suspension parts are adjustable. Have you looked into making the car more stable at 115 to ZR1? Yeah, no, it moves around a lot, Turvy, honestly, and I'm gonna do the alignment. I'm gonna look at the alignment again, and I think it's the tires and potentially a bad shock or two because it really moves around over 140. Yeah, I'm not doing 150. I'm doing 130. It begins, right? Got to be stable since Alex is obviously cruising at 150, right? Damn, I've been gone for a while. When the fuck did Turvy come back? We needed ridiculousness because did you see his wiring job? Desert 1320? Oh, it's wonderful. Long travel suspension, baby. Trophy truck Mustang is why. Look, exactly. And a lot of people sit there on my ticket system go, well, Alex, I need less timing on the hit. It's a no prep track. Oh, it's a no prep track? Well, asshole. Grab a couple of sandbags that are 50 pounds each, throw it in the trunk. Like, people literally go to a no prep track or no prep event with half a tank of gas. Listen to this. Half a tank of gas, no extra weight in the back, no weight bias, no nothing. And they go, well, the tire's just going to do the work, isn't it? And then they spin and they blame the tuner. My tuner has got too much timing on the hit. And then the guy you raced has a gold gem attached to the fucking parachute. Hey, the guy next to me beat me. And then I see the video and it's literally a gold gem attached to the parachute mount. And he's doing a fucking wheelie on the same track you did. Stop it. More fuel in my tank helps. Right. Bill Steen or whatever. Downside of running 85 only for months? None. Zero. Just drive it for months and it's not going to be a problem as long as you're driving tested, verified V85. Now, the other thing I wanted to talk about is this. We're talking about personal responsibility with EPA stuff, right? So we talked about tuners. We talked about people saying tuners should take timing off the Honda hit, blah, blah. Basically, they're blaming the tuner for everything. So let me ask you guys a question. If you live in an emission state, I repeat, if you live in an emission state, why is it up to the tuner to make your car pass in an emission state if you remove the emissions items? If you remove the emissions items, yeah, you, that's right. You. Hi, hello. California, Massachusetts, you name it. In an emissions state, and you removed the emissions components because you want to make Corsa noises and flames, and then, hey, I got to check engine light. Okay. Hey, my car won't pass inspection. Got it. Can you do anything about it? Change the laws in your state? I don't know. What do you want me to do? I'm not going to go in there and start manipulating because of EPA stuff. And it still won't pass. It will not be a defeat. You cannot defeat emissions. All you can do is shut off lights. That still doesn't defeat the emission. If you live in an emission state and you remove emissions components, it is up to you to make it pass. Plain and simple. I can't make that any more black and white. Do you know what I'm saying? Also, what I learned at Lund Racing, 2021 and up control packs. That's right. Ford Racing is selling 2021 different computer, guys. It's Gen 3.5. It's not Gen 4. It's not Gen 3. It's Gen 3.5, aka 2010 Mustang, aka 2010 GT500. That in-between year that's on its own, that is 21, 22. Listen to me. 2010 Mustang, weird fucking computer shit is this, and GT500, weird fucking computer shit is 21 and 22 Mustang. That in-between weird year. If you have a Ford Racing control pack and you want to swap a 21, swap a motor Coyote motor, Gen 3 in a Mustang, it has to be at least a 21 transmission. It cannot be an 18 transmission. It cannot be a 19 transmission. It cannot be a 2020 transmission. If you have a 2021 control pack 10R80, you have to find a 2021 and up transmission. Welcome to the stupid. Welcome to the stupid. And what else? Comparing modern cars to... Yeah, that's pretty much it. So that's all I got. That's all I learned at Lund Racing. Personal responsibility. I'm not blaming the tuner. I'll put a V-band clamps on to swap stuff out for inspection. Right. Like, what did I have to do in Massachusetts, right? If I had to pass inspection in Massachusetts, the car was literally as built with the stock tune back in it when I went to pass inspection. Plain and simple. If I had off-road exhaust for racing only, off-road, and then I wanted to pass inspection on the car that year, guess what? I put that shit back on. Plain and simple. I put it back on, and it passed inspection. I didn't call the tuner and say, hey, my car with bullhorns and on meth does not pass inspection. My 2020 Mustang with ID 2650, 2600s, E85, race transmission, dumps out the fucking bumpers, is throwing a check engine light. Oh, really? That's up to you, buddy. It's not up to your tuner. In California, they're checking calibrations, and if something's suspect, they send it to the ref for compliance. Yeah, they did that in Massachusetts 5 years ago. Actually, 10 years ago, too. Literally, plug in, and if shit wasn't right, you'd have to go get it inspected at a station that was run by the state. Like, not an independent one. Can we give the cookies to Turvey today for his 240 cert? No, I don't think any cookies can get given away today. Virginia is a state that, depending on the county, some have emissions, some don't. A lot of people register their vehicles in one. The counties don't require emissions, right? Harris County in Texas requires emissions testing, and others don't in the same state. How would you react? How about you live react and roast the S650 debut in a couple days? I might, but look, I'm suspecting they're going to do something dumb. I'm suspecting they might throw there's nothing that any of my guys told me, and I have guys that are in the know, that said, yeah, I haven't seen any 7.3 or 6.8 in a Mustang. It's all Coyote, still EcoBoost, still V6 twin turbo. Sorry, still, no V6s. So Coyote, EcoBoost, and they might have a hybrid option. No, they killed hybrid. So I don't think they're going to introduce an all-electric version, but I wouldn't be surprised at this point. Again, guys, I quit New Ford. I don't care. Look, Ford has the unique advantage of being able to see.
Take that, Elon Musk.
Dodge and Chevy self-destruct. And Ford could still do something about it. So let's say you have the ability to see people try something and fail at it and go, okay, I should not do that. Or see what their fans are reacting to. Okay, because let's be honest, the V8 high performance world makes them no fucking money. Elon Musk said that the Model S makes them no money. So I wouldn't be surprised if he dropped the Model S. The Model 3 and the Model Y are the fucking bangers, the ones that make all the money. He goes, the Model X don't make shit. The Model S doesn't make shit. The 3 and the Y. So Ford is going, well, what makes us money? Gay hybrid SUVs, Mach-E GT, Flexes, Explorers, big SUVs like Expeditions, and trucks. Mustang, I can't imagine makes them any money. I would love for them to segment Mustang and make it its own thing, like Genesis did with Hyundai. Just say, these are Genesis, not Hyundais, or same shit, but you buy Mustangs at a different dealership. So I would love to know, out of the pie, how much Mustang is responsible for their earnings, and then specifically V8 Mustangs, because less and less people want V8 Mustangs. So I couldn't imagine them stuffing a bigger, dumber V8 in a Mustang. But seeing as the guy wears a wig,
take that, Elon Musk,
and his head might get really hot and not make proper decisions, he might do it. So who the fuck knows? I might react to it live, but I don't know when it is. Shit, I gotta register the Corvette Tuesday. Finally got the title situation figured out. So that's the next thing on my plate. Some Maryland, certain counties don't have emissions. The only bolt I need is the new engine block after sending a route through the stratosphere. Did y'all see the rumor that 6G we might end up with dual air filters? Already talked about it. I talked about it like almost a year ago. I even showed you a fucking picture of the cold air setup. Alex, I'm concerned with your traction at high speeds. More tire is something I believe. With all my infinite wisdom, you should invest in. Turvy Translator. The car has 335s in the back. How else can I get more tire in there? I still think a hybrid all-wheel drive would actually be pretty sweet. Me too. V8 that would purest want a Coyote push rod that won't be tunable anyway, right? Supposedly, they're talking about the new Coyote supposedly being able to be tuned because I think Ford is going to use the Ford F-150 computer. And in the last 3 or 4 months, they've made some traction on being able to flash the 21 and up F-150. Again, stop asking if we tune it until we tell you that we tune it, because until we tell you that we tune it, we don't tune it. How the hell aren't they making money on the S? It's such an old platform. You know, like, new car sales happen every day, right? The Model S makes them no money because it's a big car. The Model 3 Performance is like an old S motor in a smaller, more compact vehicle. It could still seat 4. Why do you need an S that could only seat 4? It's just a bigger version of a 3. I mean, touching 150 versus holding 150 is a different completely. Oh, here we go. Dude, you've never been 150, man. You have never been 150, Turvy. You have never been 150. Unless it was on a rice rocket, you've never been 150. Alice, what plug up do you recommend for a centrifugal supercharged Gen 2 85 10 PSI 28? 26 to 28 should be good. NGK 6510 or a brisk 14? Take that Elon Musk clip is the yes man bucking for promotion that immediately follows up with woo woo. Got it. I'm taking care of. Oh, go. What's up? I was saying wider in the front, my boy. Oh, got it. Yeah, because I love to be able to have a darty car. This is why Turo Viate is fucking retarded. So listen, what is more stable at high RPM? A wider tire? Let's say the car is unstable already. Do you think a wider front tire is going to help that? Do you think a wider front tire is going to help that? A already twitchy car, let's make it more twitchy by putting a wider tire up front. My boy. Man, what a dumbass. You've never been 150. You've never had a high horsepower car. And I know based on that reply. Look, we've seen your fucking place. Your car has a frame around it that used to have a tarp. Stop it. He's only gone 2 miles an hour, my boy. 325 in the front. Can't imagine trying to turn my rear tire size to the front. Right. It's ridiculous. He doesn't know what he's talking about. 10 rounds per mag equals emission state. Thank you, sir. Oh, man, this is going south quick. He hasn't had a tire that wide, you can tell. Right. The fronts are already what? What front tire size are in a ZR1? Let me see, because, I mean, I'm sure you guys know. Size. C6 ZR1. I think they're in the 3s, right? 3 something? ZR1. So the rears are 1910. The fronts are 18 by 8.5. And it doesn't say the tire because it's stock. It's all stock stuff. 245 40 18, 285 right now. The rears are 335s. Shit, maybe that's the problem. Maybe they're too wide. Yeah, I gotta look into that because it's really twitchy. And honestly, above 130, I went 130 yesterday in my white car. Yeah, NA, and that thing is stable as fuck. It's like stable as fuck. And the Corvette's like, and I'm like, I'm going to look into the shocks, make sure it's not, I don't even know if it still has the MagnaRide shocks anymore, but I'm going to make sure that they're okay. And see, they're not leaking or nothing. And then I'll see if the tire size is just super jacked up. And it needs an alignment. Special grip and only 10 rounds on your new car, 2,500. Okay, what are you talking about? Stop with the gun shit, bro. This ain't a gun fucking chat. And it's not ever going to be a gun fucking chat. Like, I don't care. Next GT500 needs to be a twin turbo Coyote hooked up to a hybrid system. That's not going to happen either. Because that would be actually cool. Wide front is for grip and turns, not stability at high speed. No, you don't know what you're talking about, my boy. It's called tremoling. Fat tires dart everywhere. Right, my boy. You didn't know? Come on, Alex. Don't you want a wider front tire to be more stable at high speeds, my boy? Cuck Viet, right. Came from Google, right. Alex, is a white car square stance or staggered? Slightly staggered. It's got 305, 45, 305, 35, 20s in the back, and 285s in the front. Super stable at high RPM, at high speeds. Whatever Turvey says, do the opposite. Pretty much. Can't make out. So 130 in my 350 is like glass. Yep, same. 130 in my GT is beautiful. 130 in my Corvette, it's fucking twitchy. So I got to figure that out. You know the Vette still had rear leaf springs until 2019? What? I got to look underneath. I'm guessing it's not alignment or sub-suspension worn out. Downforce components would help. I'm not going to put canards and a big wing on the thing. And again, I'm not going to be, well, you'd be surprised. But I can't imagine. Corvette owners out there, are your cars stable? Are your cars stable at high speeds? Because mine ain't. C6 Corvette owners. That sucker is darty. Like, I'm in it and I'm like, not like I'm about to die, but I'm like, the Mustang is way more stable. Here we go with the articles. No. Let's go by experience. Turviate. Let's go by experience. I've been 170 in the quarter. Stable as fuck with a skinny. I have been 170 in the quarter, stable as fuck with a skinny and a 275 in the back. I've been 170 in a closed road with the red car, rest in peace, the red car, with a skinny up front. No issue, like glass. The Corvette at 130 feels like a Fox body. So, yeah. Yeah, but the leaf springs are like your truck ones. It's just one leaf spring. My Cuck Marrow is pretty stable. Leaf springs in the Corvette, really? Come on, dude. That'd be hilarious. Feels like an older car speeding in the V6, right? In the C6. The C6 is not, to me, compared to an S550, stable at higher high speeds. Since the C701 has all the crazy aero, but still a different car, I know. Got it. It's a monoleaf. The center mounts to the chassis and the ends go to each wheel. It's been composite deal for a bit. Gotcha. I had a stock Gen 3 255 front, 275 40 in the rear. Super stable, 130, 150. I was definitely surprised. Super stable. My S550 is supremely stable. The Corvette feels twitchy and not so safe. My S197 is not, my S197 is not stable on high RPM, let alone high speed. Turvy translator. I watch F1 racing, so I believe I'm qualified. 2-inch spacers on the front with 335s will make the car more stable. Right. I forgot about that. We are talking to a guy that stacked spacers. Okay, we are talking to Turvy that stacked spacers. So anyone that gets on this chat and looks at Turvy's comments and goes, let me look into that. Remember, he has stacked spacers on his wheels. Oh yeah, my Fox chassis was speed wobble 100 to 120 for years. Turvy, my front tires are like 6 inches and my rears are like 12 inches and it's just fine at 140. The C8 was the first Vette to not have leaf springs out back. The C6 Corvette does have leaf springs. Wow. That's great. I have not gotten under the car yet. And that's probably a good video to make. Like, I'm just driving it and it drives really good. From 0 to 120, awesome. 130, I start going, I need an 8 wide lane to do this watt pull in. Like, couldn't imagine doing 60 to 160 in that car. Unless I have crazy aero happening in it. Add coilovers on the C6, game change. You could be right because, okay, C6 guys in the chat. Is it true that a lot of Z01 guys, because it's not a matter, it's not if, it's when their Magna Ride leaks, do they upgrade to Z06 suspension, which is not Magna Ride? I could be wrong, or is it just the springs? Let me know. Because a lot of people, especially that guy, Scrap Life Garage, he takes his Z01 stuff and he puts Z06 in it and he goes, it changes everything. My C6 Z51 was very stable at 150. Only part that was very sketch was pushing it into the corners. Yeah, no, I don't know what you're talking about. My shit's all over the place. 09 C06 160 was fine. Get a good alignment. I think again, I'm working to that. I'm gonna get a good alignment first. I'm gonna check the shocks because I can't imagine a C6 Z06, C6 Z01 that was supposedly designed to go up to 200 miles an hour is unstable at those speeds. So get an alignment, check the shocks, struts, make sure everything's good there, and if it's good, we'll see how it goes. So I'm not saying that's the inherent design. There might be something wrong with this particular vehicle. I think you need to pull out timing to fix the twitchiness. It's definitely a YouTuber's fault. Need alignment needs tick of toe in guaranteed. Okay, got it. Even my Z feels sketchy. I think it's just the fact that it's so light. I don't know, but it feels sketchy. GM really did perfect the leaf spring through on the Corvette. The leaf springs are how people lower the C6. My dually work truck isn't very stable at 100 miles an hour. Should have put dual wheels up front. Right. Hey, look, Dustin Tenar, it's real simple, my boy. If your dually truck is not stable at 100 miles an hour, you should put dual dualies. Dually in the front, dually in the back. More rubber, more betterer. Hashtag Turvy logic. The leaf springs are red herring. They go from side to side to act like a sway bar, not like an old school way instead of a spring. Gotcha. You're correct about the mag ride. Thank you. Z06's mag ride should be the same. Got it. Okay, good. S197 was kind of sketchy. 140, but wasn't the best road either. No, my roads here are very flat and straight. And if the ZR1 tends to be sketchy, I go, I don't think it's the road. Because I take the same... When I raced Jake, it was a 150 race. Stable. I check the bushings for cracks due to age or coilovers, and thicker subframes will help. Got it. Alex needs to port a suspension. Not all Z06s have the Magna right. Mine's an 07 and does not. I think it was an option on the later years. Got it. Sounds like a bad tune to me. It's stock tune. Governor only lets him go to 130. It's y'all's alignment, pretty sure. Okay, good. I'll check it out. I'll check the alignment. I'll see what spec is best. That's the problem. You can get way into the weeds with alignment specs. Everyone knows everything that, special sauce, and it's really not that special. I'd love to bring it back to factory specs. My Corvette sits a little lower than other ZR1s. I saw a couple of ZR1s in the parking lot when I was up at, and I was like, that car looks higher than mine. So I wonder if it was lowered somehow, because it looks pretty goddamn low to me. Lower and suspension. It's already low. The roads suck in Central Florida. I mean, I'm not in Central Florida, so that's why I don't. Yeah, you know what's funny? I did notice that when I was up there. I was up in the Land O'Lakes, Spring Hill, Brooksville, and then I got into Orlando a little bit. Man, it's fucking trash up there, bro. The fucking roads compared to South Florida are so bad, and I wonder why. 24 Mustang's going to be all-wheel drive. What salesman was saying. Again, I would support that. I'm still not going to buy it. If I'm going to buy anything all-wheel drive, it's going to be a Tesla. Or a R8. Like, I would buy an R8. Like, I'm not going to ever buy a Plaid. That sounds ridiculous. I'd buy an R8 for Plaid money. Because Plaid is over $100,000. I'd get a 17, 18 R8 all day. You can turn the stock bolts and lower it in 3 minutes. Got it. I think that's what they did. I heard the all-wheel drive hybrid was canceled on the S650. I believe that is -2.5 is normal for wide-body Corvettes. If it's been lowered, it may be on aftermarket bolts prior C7 owner. The stance and all around of your ZR1 is perfect. I love how it looks. I don't want to change the height or anything. I want it to be stable at high speeds. That's all. Checking out the Corvette forums, and a lot of people mention the alignment from the factory can have issues. If it's lowered, the geometry may be full barred by the lowering. I know someone who's older chassis needs a lot of geometry fixes when they go low. Excellent. That's good to know. That's really good to know because I'm not really aware of. I haven't joined any forums. I talked to Greg Kong, and he's like, Alex, a tack filter, which you have, and a 255 pulley, and you're good. And then after looking at the tune, I'm going to be honest with you guys. It looks like to me, there's spark for startup. There's supercharged areas. There's torque areas. There's speed density. There's MAF, which I was very happy about because I know how to tune a MAF. I think once a cam goes in there, all you got to do is prevent it from stalling. Like, I'm looking around and I'm like, there's fueling and this and that. And I'm sure you can make it chop a little different based on spark at idle and fuel. But honestly, I just think a cam is a mechanical advantage, and it's there to just, you know, move the power band forward or later in the RPMs. And obviously you can extend the rev limiter. On the new tune that I put on it, the stock rev limiter was 6,800. I moved it up 300 RPM to 7,100. That's it. Not to actually rev it up that high. Actually, I could, because theoretically I could leave it in third for 60 to 130. The current tune is the rev limiter. It's at 6,800, and I have to get it in a fourth. So if I can extend the 60 to 130 and stay in third, I think that'll help keeping my time lower. And the torque reduction stuff being shut off, I think I might be able to start in second. So theoretically, I should be able to do a 2-3, 60 to 130, revving it out in third. And that 60 to 130 will be cut down a lot because I moved the torque reduction out of the way, the torque limiting out of the way, and I extended the rev limiter. We'll see what it does. And I moved the low octane table to the high octane table. So we'll see how that works. Tampa does not have good roads. No. A lot of rutting, meaning the wearing of the asphalt, and it becomes very porous, and you could fucking feel the car digging into most of the asphalt. Tampa does not have good roads. I agree, get the R8. I miss my RS4 so much, and it's so freaking quick. Trackhawk is stupid expensive, hard to justify. Alex, do you own a radar detector? I do not, but it is very much so on my list. Recommendations, please, because I need one. I got picked up on the way there to Labor Day. I got picked up by a Polk County. Super nice guy, though. So I want to be able to not, to detect, or at least have a heads up. Even though I'm already probably getting lasered by the time it detects it, at least I have a heads up. The thing is, with the factory LS cams kind of suck, even the LS7 cam. No, I get it. I'm already, look, guys, this is going to be how the lineage of the ZR1 is going to be. Stock, ran 80, 79, 60 to 130. Tune. See what it runs. Pulley. Then adjust the tuning on the pulley. But I'm also going to install AFR monitoring on the N-Gauge with a ZT2. Tune it and see what it runs. So tune, see what it runs. Pulley and ZT2. Then adjust the tune, see what it runs. Then long tubes, free flowing, Corsa gaze, because it's got to be stupid loud and dumb so everyone can hear me. See what it runs after tweaking it, because I'm sure with headers you got to tweak the speed density cal and stuff like that, the VE table. And then heads and cam. And see what I need for injectors. I'm sure I'm going to need 1,000cc injectors sooner than later. Which is a good radar to use. The V2 for the win. Someone says the V2. How's Melbourne area have a job? I don't know much about Melbourne. I know this decent amount about Kissimmee, Orlando, New Smyrna, Geneva, which is fucking literally backwoods shit. You'll get ass fucked in the woods. And that's kind of it. I don't know anything else. Get a jammer. Football today. Fly Eagles fly. Oh my God. Tampa drivers the worst. Not as bad as Orlando though. Cobra radar detector, Waze, GPS are very helpful. Guys, after the show, do me a favor. On the comments, put down your most liked radar detectors, and I'll look into it and maybe even give a review. Who knows? Not a review like to make money on it, just to see if it's something that I think does a good job. The Max Escort radar gets a mile or so notice for laser radar, says Calvin. Waze is only as good as the users, but good alternative for sure. Tampa is nothing but 350 car, 250Cs, loud as fuck. Get something like they use in Cannonball Run, so they use 2 radar detectors. To be honest, most of the guys know just run parts store detectors, and they work pretty damn well. Sometimes they just give false positives from the sensors on the doors at Walmart. Guys, from someone who doesn't watch football, which game should I watch today? I watch football, but like the 8 o'clock game. I never sit in front of the fucking TV and watch football all day. That sounds like a nightmare to me. I can make 3 videos today and make money instead of watching football. Someone says, I think I'm about to ditch my Fox project for an S550, wanting something nicer, safer to chase my 8-second goals. Now I just need to decide on what year, planning on twin turbo and turbo 400. Well, honestly, Gen 2 is going to be your huckleberry, in my opinion, if you want an S550. 1, it's the cheapest. 2, it's the most vetted. 3, you might be able to go 8s with the stock motor if you stud the engine. Right? I've seen a lot of people, stock cams, stock heads, just put studs so the head doesn't lift. and some weight reduction and a turbo 400 and twin turbo and fuel system and tuning, 8s are very, very attainable. United R3 has been great for me. Cheap and GPS. Got it. Your recent Lund Senior videos have been awesome. I could listen to him all day. Knowledgeable. See, guys, I have the benefit of listening to him at his house after work. Like, this was our schedule. I would show up to work, start working at 8, be done by 4:30 or 5 o'clock. Then I do a video for an hour. Then we go to his house. Got a badass pool jacuzzi. And, you could just chill out there and just chit chat. Or we go inside, watch a little TV, have some coffee, and just talk. Because it is very important, in my opinion, if you have someone's attention that has gone through so much shit and knows so much stuff about the tuning stuff, you sit your ass down and listen. I'm 44 years old. I learn new shit every day. I'm never one of these guys that goes, I know everything. Fuck that. If someone knows more than me, I sit down and fucking listen. I sit down and listen to Junior. I sit down and listen to Dakota. Whoever has knowledge that I don't have, I listen to. So yeah, I'm very lucky. And I wanted you guys to kind of get a sense of what he has to offer. See, there's very few guys in the Ford game that are as articulate and knowledgeable as Lund Sr. A lot of guys want to be that. A lot of tuners want to be that go-to guy that everyone goes and that guy's respected. That guy's the Gale Banks. That guy's the Langenfeld. I don't know who's the Chevy go-to guy. There's a bunch of them. But let's say Steve Morris is like the go-to guy for like let's say engine building and super duper dumb high horsepower shit and Holly tuning and tips and tricks. The Steve Morris of that. So then the Gale Banks of the diesel world. Plain and simply, Senior is that guy in the Ford world. It's just that he's not on video a lot. So I said, let me get 2 or 3 videos up with him in it so that you guys understand what his knowledge base is. And he gave you just a glimpse where there are others that will swear to God they are like the baddest of the bad and their personal shit. That like I judge you based on what you put out there. And if you're going to tell me you're a bad motherfucker, but I'm quicker than you, you need to sit down, please. I've had very good luck with the Escort Max 360 because I had a good range and it tells you which direction the cops are and where they are. Alice, would it make sense to trade my 20 GT for a bone stock 302 as a daily driver? Or would it be GT? Look, any S550 is better than a Boss 302 in terms of drivability. Dakota will tell you that. He can go 8s with a supercharger as well. Absolutely. That's the other thing, right? If you want to go twin turbo just for the sake of going twin turbo and the noises, have at it, brother. But if you want to go 8s, you can do it with a VMP 2650 or a Whipple. Someone says, keep your GT, bro. Odessa, not Ocala. Oops. Odessa looks like trash to me. Odessa looks like trash to me, bro. I don't see anything positive about Odessa. Like, I went through it. I don't obviously live in it. But just the optics of it, I'm like, nah, never. It just has all these Spanish fucking moss trees everywhere, and it's just generally not good. So it's not like a place that I would look at and go, oh, well, this place is badass. Like when I think of Palm Beach Gardens, Jupiter, Stewart, places like that, I go, you're lucky to live there. Odessa, no. If only Senior had the benefit of Turvey's knowledge and know, yeah, like Senior is crazy putting a front skinny. Every drag racer is crazy to put a skinny in front of their car because you'd be more stable with a wider front tire, right? Model 3 Performance as you daily when, I don't know. Because I can't daily the white car because I like that I drove it yesterday with the girlfriend. Bro, it's such a nice car. It's just a nice car. So it'd be tough to daily that car because it's a nice car. Cletus is the go-to guy to learn how to blow up your Texas speed engine or how to slam into Jersey barriers. Like, guys, if you're Cletus fans, good for you. I can't look at a guy that slams into a Jersey barrier and go, that guy's badass. I can't look at a guy that I just can't. Look, good for him, and he has a huge fan base and makes way more money than me. No, I don't look at him to guide me in anything. I have an Escort 9500 IX Works well. You should see the villages and people paying big money to live near me. Yeah, the villages is like an old community. Your statement about listening is pure truth. You can always learn something from someone, and it's a lesson that can really help, especially the younger guys. Knowledge is power. I'm guessing we're not talking about West Texas oilfield Odessa. No, definitely not. We're talking about Odessa in Florida. So if you look at Odessa, to me, all that area is trash. You know, it's just you got to live in West Palm to understand. Like, you gotta live in West Palm to understand. You know, like, a lot of people don't understand. People don't get it. People just, you know, I don't know. It's hard to explain to you, but like, this is Odessa. You know, it's just whatever. You know, it's in the middle of fucking nowhere, and it's nothing. It's Spring Hills up here, and like, you know, it's just lakes. It's just, I don't know. It's fucking trash to me, bro. Yeah, they got a Starbucks at least. Oh, they got a Starbucks and a Hooters. Oh, well, you know what? I take it back. They have a Starbucks, a Hooters, and a Carrabba's Italian Grill. Well, I'd be stupid not to go there. Yeah, no, I definitely don't want nothing to do with that shit. I like living near the beach. I like living where there's millionaires and billionaires, just in case shrapnel falls my way. Y'all entertained by Cleet. There are a lot of people here entertained by Cleet. There's literally people that watch my show, and when Cleet uploads the show, they go, "Oh, I gotta go. Cleet's got a new thing," and I'm like, he's either gonna run into something or blow up a motor or do a burnout. Whoa, this catfish account turvy, right? You're late two chair. Okay, whatever. I feel like Cletus is the junk food, the car world, but no substance. I mean, you're not wrong. People do love junk food. I mean, West Texas, Odessa is kind of just one big ghetto. Then he blames it on traction coming in that hot. Right. If you back up, let's say you do a tip in whatever the fuck, and you're an inch away from the wall. And then you come in with 10 more mile an hour and do your tip in a little earlier, and you slam the wall. Pikachu face. Oh my God, I can't believe I slammed the wall. Oh my God. Like, stop it. Cleet is falling off. Need more crazy one uphill. Did you see his videos went from getting 1 million views in 5 or 6 days to 500,000? Why do you think that is? It's called Jumping the Shark. What does Jumping the Shark mean? Happy Days was a show back in the day that was super popular. And there was like the Fonz. There was a scene where the Fonz jumped the shark, a shark. And that's where people went, I don't care to watch this show anymore because the Fonz jumped the shark. So now there is a thing called Jump the Shark. If I'm not mistaken, I think it's called jumptheshark.com. Jump the Shark. Luckily, I've never had to do anything about a shark because I've never even gotten good at anything. So I jumped the shark a long time ago. But Jump the Shark and Jump the Shark generally, Jumping the Shark, the 10 great TV shows that took a turn for the worse after they jumped the shark. So is this something that's going to make me pay? Buffy the Vampire Slayer, whoever, what, Dexter, Downton Abbey, Friends, Glee? That's all gay shit. Homeland, yeah, Homeland jumped the shark when Brody died, right? Let me see. Vice President, I think when Brody got hung on the crane, is it Homeland, right? You guys watch Homeland. When he got hung at the crane, I think I was done. How are West Palm Beach roads? Pretty good. Pretty damn good, honestly. Again, the main roads. Obviously, the old areas near downtown have pretty shitty roads. Alex, stay away from the cold air intake. Andres Calvo, please stop it. Please stop. There's like a huge contingent that hates Kong. I like him. Even he told me not to buy a cold air unless you upgrade the snout on the supercharger. And his Kong cold air has been tuned by Lund and himself. I'm sorry, just by himself. Lund hasn't tuned it. I haven't heard of any issues. I understand you don't like him. I understand you probably think he wronged you somewhere. Or maybe you had a deal happen. He is a personal friend, and I'm going to support him. Plain and simple. I don't care what you say. 1320 is supposed to shadow ban with the drag and drive event since it showed them on the street. Kyle mentioned it in a video. Really? Where? Can you show me that video? Because who mentioned it? Who mentioned it? Who mentioned that showing fucking turbo exhaust right out the hood is not a good look? Stop it. The opposite is true. A high-speed stability with a wide front tire, the wider front is way more twitchy with more sensitive. Can you click the live button, Kyle? Can you click the live button? If you click the live button, please. That was an hour ago. Google Maps instead of radar detector any day. All Alex had to do was a kayak date and didn't want it to go near sharks. Absolutely. I'm ready to see Cletus finally drop the Godzilla and the Fox he has. Why? You want to watch Godzilla content? 5-Bar Motorsport. Why do you want to watch Cletus? No offense, Cleet, but you have a very bad history with motors. Okay? So if I was Ford, I would be quaking in my fucking boots, shaking. My wig would be falling apart.
Take that, Elon Musk.
Knowing that Cletus was going to put a Ford motor in a Ford Godzilla pushrod motor in his Fox body. Because he's blown up 1 billion Texas speed motors. Roseanne. Who the fuck watched Roseanne? Where would you go state-wise to find an ISS 550? Live in North Carolina, but willing to travel, keep it the great content. Anywhere in Florida above Boca Raton. So in Florida, there's this place called Hialeah. Hialeah and anywhere surrounding Hialeah is quite possibly the worst place on the planet to buy Mustangs. So, right here. So you have Fort Lauderdale and Pompano and boom, Boca. So this here is Boca, right? Up here, right at the top, right here. This is Boca. Anywhere south of Boca, don't buy a Mustang. That includes Pompano, Kendall, Coral Springs, Margate, Coconut Creek, North Lauderdale, Tamarack, Lauderdale Lakes, Lauderhill, Roosevelt, Fort Lauderdale itself, Hollywood, Pembroke Pines, Cooper City. Weston is super nice, but no Mustangs there. Hialeah is ground zero for shit Mustangs. Literally welded in half from 2 different cars, make a spray paint job, and you go, oh my God, there's a Fox body in Florida for $2,500 with 40,000 miles, and it's got to be rust free because it's Florida, right? No, pendejo, that is the worst fucking car you can get. It is pieced together con newspaper. I mean, guys, please do not buy any Mustangs south of Boca Raton, Florida. Stay away, stay away, stay away. Plain and simple. Guys, trust me. I've been there, done that. I've seen what's here. It's awful. Ford has too many class action lawsuits to worry about a YouTuber. If there's a weak point, Cleto, find it. What-ta-ta-ta. Hey, guys, well, brother, we got the Godzilla engine. And he puts on a Godzilla mask. All right, we're going to go. Rods are going to fly out of that fucking thing. It's our GT500 living on the limiter now. Right. Like, literally, GT500. Where's the squid sound effect? Oh, that's not it. You know, I gotta label these better. I gotta label these way better. Oh, Godzilla. Well, I mean, it's a 7.3. It should last. It blows up at the first burnout. Flood damaged cars get sold from that area. Alex, where's the art district you said not to go or else you get shot? Yes, here we go. Wynwood. Wynwood. Oh shit, Wynwood. Is it Wynwood, Miami? Wynwood, Miami. Yeah. So right here, Wynwood is an art district. It's really, really pretty. Like you want to come see art. You're a homo like that. Really pretty, really nice. Little Haiti somewhere in this bitch. So let me see. Let's do directions. Wynwood, Miami to Little Haiti. So if you go to Wynwood and you walk the wrong way, you will get ass raped while looking at beautiful art. Oh, look at that art. Oh, look at that art. Oh, getting butt fucked nonstop in the exact same area. So if you guys want to get butt fucked, but look at really nice art while you get butt fucked, go to Wynwood. Go ahead. Spend your fucking money and go to Wynwood, stupid motherfucker. You will die there. You'll die there. You'll die there. I almost left this chat 5 times to look up the video of Senior talking about Grey Goose. So the more you talk about, the more people want to leave and go watch it. You can go watch it. Fuck you want me to do? You don't like watching Leroy stuff? No. What? Guys, tell me what's he... Look, the car is fast. Awesome. I learned nothing from the guy. I don't look at the car and go, whoa, that's awesome. I don't look at that car and go, holy shit, that's so badass. I'd rather watch Wesley Evans. Although he likes college football a little too much. Hey, Wesley Evans, you might need to back off on the college football shit, right? No offense, you're a nice guy, you're a good guy, you got good family, you sold the car, you got a little side-by-side, cool. Shut the fuck up with the fucking college football shit. You know, like stop. He's a little cringy. 40-year-old man talking about 18 to 22-year-old. Stop. But I'd rather watch him. But when I see Cletus go out there with his Leroy stuff, I don't care. I have negative care. I'm a guy that likes cars with air conditioning and proper working shit. His car looks like a side-by-side at this point, and I go, okay, cool. I don't care. Right? I'd rather watch Steve Morris repair his block and talk about application theory, tuning theory. You learned something. Tell me, what have you guys learned on Cletus' show? Like ever in history. Look at my stuff. Look at how fast it is. I broke it. Repeat. Guys, his viewership is down by 50% based on what I see. Art watching and Bussy popping. Hey, Alex, good morning. If I give you a stock 2011 GT with GT500 axle backs, how much power would you be able to get out of with a tune and cold air intake? Would it be worth it for street driving? Thanks. A stock car. Hey, Alex, if I gave you a stock 2011, how much power can you get out of it? So, Alex, if I gave you a stock car, how much power can you get out of it? Look, extending the rev limiter, running 93 octane, maybe high threes, maybe. Stock cold air, catted, 93 octane, maybe high 300s. Like if whoever's telling you 430, 440, 450, 460 is lying to you 100%. I would watch Wesley Evans rather than Cletus. Odessa is just farmland, and 20 years ago, learn what not to do watching Cletus. Right. I'd rather watch Paint rather than watch Cletus. I don't like Cletus or care about what he's doing. Same. I instantly can judge someone's knowledge level based on the channels that excite them. Exactly. Damn, that's so good. Southern Motoring Solutions. What do you watch? It's Just a Six. Adam LZ. Cletus. I'm like, you don't know anything about cars. I watch Steve Morris, anything Gale Banks. If Nelson Racing Engines puts stuff up, I listen. And that's about it, honestly. I'd rather watch reruns of Jerry Springer. Odessa is nothing. Yes, just passing through. Going to be going there for lunch today. But 20 years ago, driving to Odessa, all the signs had nothing but bullet holes in them. There was nothing. Oh my God, you're facing that question. I spit my coffee out. Got around. Have a great day. Thanks for the content, Alex. EPA, thank you for the cookies. Guys, DontMyGodCookies.com. They sponsor the channel. They sponsor the show. Please give them a like. Buy a hat. Buy a cookie. They're good people. Richard Holdner has some good videos. I jumped once to that channel and he was throwing bananas through a turbo. I'm out. Right. He did say cold air intake. Oh, okay. 401. I asked because cold air intake manufacturers claim up to 40 horsepower with the tune. Yeah, they're lying to you, bro. Like they're lying to you. Like, why does a cold air manufacturer rely on a tune to make power? PMAS has a no tune required cold air intake, right? So that means they have a sensor that's already calibrated to the housing. You can literally buy a no tune required cold air intake through PMAS. Boom. Or even a Corsa cold air that has a stock MAF housing but an open air element. We've talked about this so many times, it hurts my fucking head. Every single time a cold air manufacturer says, well, it needs a tune. Okay, well, what if it didn't need a tune? What if you provided a sensor that was already calibrated to it? Claim the horsepower then. They'll say 20. And this is where they'll say 20. Hood open compared to stock. So let's say you have a 120 millimeter cold air with a programmed sensor that does not require a tune. Well, yeah, the stock cold air that has a seal on it, right? Has a lid on it and sucks in air through a snorkel is probably going to make less with the hood open than an open air element. I did this test. Guys, I did this test. Go to my channel. I did it. I did all this testing. Steve Moore's channel is awesome. He's great. He's getting a little too much into the minutia, and he's getting too much into the, I think whoever is guiding, I love Steve Morris, by the way. God, I'm not taking it as negative. I'm just saying I'd rather you talk 2 times a week for 15 to 30 minutes than every day for 7 minutes. You know what I mean? Because every day for 7 minutes and then expecting me to watch the part 3, part 4, part 5 of that is just going to piss me off, and I'm just not going to watch anymore because I'm going to go, if you were to say complete rebuild of my block and it's 35 minutes, I'll watch probably all 35 minutes. It's just a 6 isn't too bad, but it's just entertainment, not informative. No, it's not even that. It's not even entertaining. Like, I love you. It's not even entertaining. Yeah, I did the test on the dyno a long time ago. No one wants to test open air elements with the hood closed. I did. I literally did. And it made negligible gains. The biggest difference on the stock Gen 1 was an auto, and the shifting was better with a tune. Correct. American Muscle cold air intake claims 15. Again, open hood, open air element. Open hood, open air element. So why don't they compare that to a GT350 intake? Like, tell me what manufacturer claims 30 or 15 horsepower gains on a GT350, on a Bullet, or on a Mach 1. Because they all use an open air element stock Ford Racing GT350 cold air. So manufacturers get thrown a curveball and they go, well, on the GT350, you're not going to see that many gains. Why is that? Because the stock factory cold air with an open air element already makes good power. Oh shit, God damn it, it's in the back of my truck. Jesus Christ. I still haven't shipped that guy the cold air. I'm so sorry. It's been so busy and I've been traveling so much. I'll get that shipped to you next week. It's boxed up, ready to go, and I stupidly forgot to ship it. That's the problem with putting things in the back of the truck. You forget about them. I'm sorry. I'll get it to you. I got to get his info again. I got to go in the email and find his info. He's in California, so I got to get him this GT350 cold air intake. Sorry about that. Holy shit, I'm so fucking busy. See, I need help, but the problem is I don't trust people or like people, so it's difficult to actually have help on this channel. Alex, PMAS fender well intake's good for basic NA stuff. Yeah, look, the install is more intricate. You got to remove the fender liner and the splash shield on the bottom. But I'm telling you, the signal was amazing. And I still haven't tested it yet. I'm going to do 60 to 130. I guarantee that car is going to have a 13-second 60 to 130. It is so fucking slow NA. It's not even funny. What do you think about Donut Media? Good edited videos, good viewership. Silly, but that's what they're meant to be. They won't reference the 350 because it makes their marketing look foolish. What's Dakota's best quarter in his boss? I think he went like 10-1 or 10-2. Alex, you should make more videos of the coffee can intakes and sell them. No, I'm going to pass on that. All right, guys, I'm going to get out of here. It's almost 11. Give you an hour and a half of me. And, of course, just like in peasant fashion, you guys did not do 100% like to watch ratio. 338 viewers, 293. The max viewers we had today was 368. And we still, 370, sorry, 370. And we still only had 294 likes. I appreciate that because you guys are awful people. You don't simply click the like button like I ask you to. But I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to be on Tuesday, Talking Shit Tuesday, see what happens from now and then. I'm going to register the Corvette Tuesday, finally pay about fucking $4,000 in taxes. That's going to be fucking fun. Just handing over all that cash. But it's part of the game. What are you going to do? And then be on the lookout for a tune video on that. 60 to 130 on pump gas on the white car. And on E85 on the white car. That's what I'm going to do next. On pump gas, this is what I'm going to do. It's going to be on a flex tune. And it's on pump gas right now. I'm going to go out there, do a 60 to 130. Then I'm going to put E85 in it and make sure it learns over 80%. Same tune. Do a 60 to 130 in it. Then I'm going to flash the E85R tune in it with more timing down low, 60 to 130 in it. Because I get a lot of people telling me that it runs better on the Flex than the E85, and we'll see if that's true. And I'm not going to fudge the numbers because there's no reason to fudge the numbers then. So, pump gas, Flex tune, 60 to 130, E85 Flex Tune 60 to 130, E85 R Tune 60 to 130, and we'll see what the deal is from there. All right, guys, have a good rest of your day. Enjoy football. Enjoy your Sunday, and we'll be back on Tuesday to do some more talking shit. I remember you guys. Have a good one, guys. I appreciate you guys. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys Tuesday. See ya. Bye.